And staying in Africa, Guinea's transitional president, General Mamadi Doumbouya, has reaffirmed his commitment to restoring constitutional order in the country. In his New Year message, he announced that the process will begin in the first quarter of 2025 with the signing of a decree to organize a constitutional referendum. He emphasized the need for strong, enduring institutions to safeguard Guinea's democracy. Key elements of his transition plan include elections in 2025. Presidential, legislative, and local elections will be organized with a focus on transparency, inclusivity, and adherence to Republican values. The adoption of the new constitution will mark the official end of the transition period and the restoration of constitutional order. According to General Doumbouya, the referendum will provide Guinea with a constitution tailored to its social, political, and economic realities. Now, for more on Guinea's restoration of constitutional order, global affairs analyst and political commentator Olabode Oseni joins me from the United Kingdom. Good to have you join us on World Now, and Happy New Year to you. Well, it does appear that 2025 will be a bright year for Guinea, with General Doumbouya, making some profound statements there and setting a roadmap for his country. Let's begin with the very first, which is the a constitution, coming up with a new constitution. How sincere do you think General Doumbouya really is in implementing these policies?
Thank you very much for having me. Happy New Year to everybody in Nigeria. Happy New Year to TVC for the good job we are doing. I also want to use this opportunity to send Happy New Year greetings to my very good friend, the President of Nigeria. He knows me very well. I wish him all the best, and I hope everything goes well for Nigeria 2025. Now, going to Guinea. We've been there before. We had many instances of cases of military juntas, military head of states that have made promises that they want to relinquish power. They want to give power back to the people, and hopefully that the people will do it well. But then the experience clearly shows it has never happened. It has never worked well. The reason is the fundamental cause and causes of the problem of governance in Africa remain to be addressed. And that's in the area of,
when you talk about the fundamental problems, what are these problems?
This problem is very clear. The basic things that need to be dealt with from the grassroots, issue of education, getting the people. You cannot rule without the people, because power is derived from the people. And when you use any method or any means to get power from the people and it's not properly put back to them, you continue to misgovern. And we have seen that in many places, in many cases in Africa. Guinea, when you look at the population of Guinea and you look at the level of education of the people, the ordinary people, there is so low. You cannot do much with it than using opportunities to continue to educate them. You're not going to educate everybody. Even in a civilized country, you can't. But the point I'm trying to make here is in Guinea, as we speak, the military people, they can use so much power they have to fix things before they put it back to the people. I wanted to achieve these three major things this year. For me, it's a little bit not too good in terms of time. He wants a constitution to be written. He wants election to be conducted, and also transition to presidential, whatever. And also,
so what are your concerns? Apologies, please. What are your concerns? Is it about the time frame? Do you think 12 months is too short a period of time to get all these three done?
I think so. I mean, as a political observer, again, I'm looking forward to my 78th, and I've been in the business of politics for some time now. So I think it's too short a time to want it to hand over. And for a military that uses decree to rule, it has all the powers. If you want to use the power vested in, taken by force, it can organize a better arrangement than wanting to put everything together within a year.
Okay, so what period of time would you propose to make this happen?
I've been looking at minimum of 2 years, get everything, because the Constitution is not something you can just rush to the drawing board and get some university lecturers to come and put it together. It's supposed to be a people's constitution. You're supposed to take it through all the nook and cranny of Guinea, make sure all people participation is guaranteed.
One point that General Doumbouya made is that the draft constitution will first be reviewed by a panel of Guinean experts before being submitted for approval by the National Transitional Council. I mean, it does appear that General Doumbouya has probably thought this through. Okay, well, maybe in the military kind of way, and but don't you think that his involvement of these experts, could actually be helpful in speeding the process up and getting Guineans to some democratic governance?
That takes me back to about 1933 when the Bismarck Republic in Germany, when most of the advisors to the chairman of Bismarck Republic was professors. So who are these experts are we talking about? Who are these Ghanaian experts are we talking about? Are they not the people, the elite, the lecturers? You want to do a constitution, you want to do inclusive constitution where everybody is part of it. And it's not just where you want to choose, pick and choose senior lecturer and University of Guinea, this and that and so on. From experience again, these people have failed their fellow citizens, their fellow people in the country. So they're going to come up with some different kind of contents in the constitution that are more favorable to the elite, that are not helping the ordinary. I think a good example, if the chairman of this military junta, as we speak, is eyeing at a presidential, I would have thought presidential system, it's not the best for many African countries. That is the truth. So
for Guinea, what system do you think could work best?
I would have thought parliamentarian, where the parliamentarian system would have been, would have been the best starting point. Where, because with that, the system not only encompasses the people, it is much closer to the people. You understand me? It's much closer to the people. Whereas when you look at the presidential distances itself from the people. The parliamentarian system is more governance of the people by the people for the people. Presidential is more of an elite. I don't think most African countries that are practicing presidential are matured enough or exposed enough to run it. And that's why we have been having failure of most of the presidential system. Well, I hope with the one in Nigeria now will make a difference. But as you can see, the past presidential system in Nigeria had not yielded any fruit, and it has been chaotic for people. They have not benefited anything at all. And the idea of governance is to govern, at least provide basic things for the people. But these days, it is in a city where people have to bore their own boreholes, dig deep and leave that.
But do you suppose that General Doumbouya could be open to reconsidering his stance on this?
Again, that is not very unusual. I hope somewhere some people in Guinea will be listening to this wonderful program, and they can also pass the message on to the people in the authority. I will not support presidential act for the reasons I've given you. They keep distance. They are too elite for an average African. When you look at the structure, the landscape of African countries, the people, they are very far away from, they are not all that educated. They are very far from governance. So government in Africa take advantage of the people, whereas in the parliamentarian system, you have people locally built into the system. So I think if the Mambuyo, what is his name now, he may have to reconsider it, because it looks like if it encourages the Constitutional Drafting Constitutional Committee to come up with presidential, that is what is going to come out. You mentioned a country before I forget, Vatara. When you look at Vatara is, I mean, I'm sorry, I mean, he's like he has not done what he's supposed to do. He tried a couple of times to become president of Ivory Coast. He did not succeed until when Gbagbo was fished out of the country. He became the president, and twice he has postponed. He has never let democratic election to take place. All these are the things. When you give presidential all this power they're asking for, in most cases they abuse it. They don't use it for the people.
All right.
And the idea of governance is for the people to benefit from it.
Okay, then let's see how events unfold in Guinea in the next days, weeks, and months. Global affairs analyst and political affairs analyst Olabode Oseni, thank you so much for talking to us on World Now. And again, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much for having me. I look forward to having you again. All right.